Hello and welcome to the internet, moreover to YouTube, most over to my channel, and moreover even than the most over, even though that doesn't make any sense. It hasn't made any sense. Welcome to my video, this one, in which I play Thief 3 Deadly Shadows, and tell you about why I like it. So the Thief series is pretty old, hasn't had a new game since this one in 2004. And it's praised by many prestigious online persons to be the only series to ever do stealth correctly. And I tend to agree with those persons. I've tried some Splinter Cell games. I've played any games that have stealth as a secondary thing. None of them is really anywhere near as fun as this is. So what you got is a setting. The setting is a place called a city, and literally nothing else. It's just the city.
That's right. Keep it up. I'm honing.
It's a sort of, oh dear. It's a magical, medieval, slightly steampunk fantasy setting. Okay, fuck. So he was on guard. So what I have in my hands is a blackjack. When I hit people on the head with it from behind, murder. Oh boy, I'm doing a really bad job. Away from you. Shut up. Leave me alone. Jeez. God, stop it! Ugh.
You. Just you wait. Somewhere. But where?
Get out of here. Okay, in the dark. Fucking. Let's flatten up against the wall and chill for a sec.
I know someone's there somewhere. Did you think I wouldn't notice?
Welcome to Thief 3, and welcome to me sucking at it. In this game, you play Carrot.
I know someone's there. You should have stayed home, you should.
I can't talk when these people talk. Their dialogue is too funny to me. Oh boy. You play Garrett, Master Thief, but not famous, but also infamous more than anything. But Garrett, Master Thief. You live and work and do shit in the city, which is like the only thing in this world, in this fantasy world. It doesn't even have a name. Everything just sort of happens in and around it. Not even around it, just in it. Sometimes under it. Sometimes under it. It has a host of colorful characters such as this woman. And that guy. And that guard and that flickering light. And that symbol over there. This is an old game. I already mentioned that for 2004. I lost the recording of this. So I'm kind of dazed and upset and mad. I already did like the intro and it was pretty good, fairly good by my standards. And now I'm trying to do it again and it's just not working out as well. So I'm just going to try to introduce a few basic mechanics before I go into anything else. Let's look on the heads up display, shall we?
Help! A man's
He's
been
not
killed.
dead, shut up.
Guards, here! Over here! Catch him before he runs.
Catch him before he roms me. Alright, let's hide over in this corner. Pick up this candlestick. Yeah, what the fuck's up? Alright, so what's going on? To the left of the screen we have...
If you just come out right now, then no one will get hurt.
We have... It tells us nothing, because we can't use that thing while we have a candlestick in our hands. But to the left of the screen we have a slot that shows us which item... shows us our secondary use item, utility item, basically, which we can select with some keys and use with the I key. It's currently with the... yeah. Okay, the secondary items. We got a selection of those. I only have two currently, which are flash bombs to blind people when they're chasing me to help me escape. Didn't use them earlier, could have. And there's health potions to heal 6 gems of health. I'm not sure why my health is gems. It's kind of funny, but it's also alright. because health bars don't make realistic sense anyway, but they're really good gameplay-wise, so who even cares? And then we got, that's it. That's all the utility items I have. This is very near the beginning of the game. I've already completed this, but I decided that I wanted to play it again because it was good. And that's why I'm making the video, because I already know the game plenty, and so I can talk about it. What else do we have? Then we have this thing over here to the right. Is our main items, which we use as weapons, which is our blackjack. We knock people over the head, they fall over. Only from behind and only if they're not alert, though. Then we have the dagger. We stab people over the head, they fall over and are dead and bleed. Again, only from behind, and if they're not alert. If they are alert, you gotta beat them over the head with it a few times for them to fall over and be dead. Then we have arrows, broadhead arrow. You shoot this to kill people. Again, if they're unawares and you hit them in the upper part of their body, they die. There's arrows up on that. I just realized. Yeah, give me that. Broadhead arrows. And then there's water arrows. You use these to douse flames, like fireplaces, torches, and torches in people's hands as well, which was a really fun revelation to me. That I could shoot water at people and then they'd not emit light anymore. And there's moss arrows. You fire these at the ground on loud surfaces such as metal or I don't know, stone sometimes. If you need to run over something, this is really helpful. It softens your footstep noises a lot. And this is a noisemaker arrow. Serves as a distraction. You fire this and it lights up like fireworks and makes. That's not a very good representation. And more like crackles. I can't crackle because then my mouth would be broken. Because crackling is the sound of teeth breaking, for example. Because that's the only way that I can think to make crackling noises right now. I'm not super good at noises. Oh boy. Oh boy! That's the noisemaker arrow. And that's everything I have right now. There's also gas arrows and fire arrows, and maybe one more arrow that I'm forgetting, but probably not. Anyway, that's all the items for that. I'm currently drinking blueberry mush. You don't want to see it. It's all purple and gross, actually. What I can do is open the menu to show you. Oh boy. Oh boy, my cursor's flickering. My game's kind of broken right now. Probably because of recording, but maybe just because I tapped out a bunch. Oh boy. So you open this, and it's your menu. You got your goals, you got your gear, you got your save, your load, your faction menu, your title menu, and then you get to scroll. So, objectives. I already used the South Quarter well to enter the pagan tunnels and stole the paw from them. And my notes say my landlord has been hiding black money under a sewer crate in Black Alley. Got that money already. Restrictions. You're working with the keepers for now. Basically, you steal shit, you pawn that shit, you sell it off to your fences, which are in special back alleys with, well, she's trying to find me, but she's not going to find me. In back alleys with this symbol, the Dark Brotherhood symbol on them, you know, easy to find. I can go in here and sell. No, I can go in there and buy equipment. I can go in the other one that was further down there and sell my stolen shit. My brain is slowing down. So. What I should be doing is going in here. But more on the topic of game mechanics. There's guards around. They'll always try to kill you, but only if they are city guards. Like, you know, the ones that are kind of piled on top of each other over there.
Blood. Nothing here. Someone's probably just a rat passing through. Yeah.
None of these people know I'm here. Of course, you know, for the sake of gameplay, the dark has not been made completely dark, because otherwise you could not see where you are going.
Let's just forget it, okay? Do you even remember what we were looking for?
Whatever made that noise. So, oh, I have a mechanical eye, by the way. I can zoom in on shit. Look at that ugly face.
At least it's not me.
Ugly face.
Somebody
Guards with that insignia on them are city guards.
I know I ain't gonna fall.
They're gonna try to catch me no matter what I do. Now, there's lots of other guards around as well. They'll mostly only try to kill me if I'm trespassing on their property or I attack or steal something from them. You know, if they find a reason to kill me. The City Watch, they like know me. They're like, oh shit, it's Garrett, fucking kill him! But everybody else doesn't. Or if they do, they just don't get two shits. So, you know, if I hadn't already picked a fight, I'm just gonna quick save and check. If I hadn't already picked a fight with her, she wouldn't even try to chase me. But I have picked a fight with them, so they are trying to chase me. I'm just gonna demonstrate this. I press I, toss that shit. It's on the ground now. Oh shit, you all blind. Y'all blind. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Not catch me, that's for sure.
St. Edgar's Church.
Let's listen to some story before I explain anything else.
The chalice, a so-called holy relic. It's what the keepers are asking me to steal if I want to see their prophecies for myself. The chalice might not be worth much on the street, but every Hammer church has a nice pile of wealth stashed away. No reason not to fill my pockets while I'm here. This particular temple holds the crypt of some long-ago Hammerite hero, St. Edgar. Today was his holy day, so there's an all-night service. That might work in my favor if they're all sitting down praying, instead of looking for sinners to smite. Chances are they'll have anything they think is holy locked up pretty tight. I'll have to make sure they don't do the same to me. I'm not interested in the Hammerite brand of justice.
So, what you've got here is a mission. I'm gonna explain the mechanics first. I'm gonna explain the game rather than the story. So what you've got here is a mission. My tongue is tired. Hold on. Tongue massage. Now I feel better. A mission. Most of this game does indeed happen in missions, but between each mission, or sometimes each two missions, whatever, you get a free roam segment where you get to go around the different districts of the city, which are relatively small, and steal shit and sell shit and buy shit, and basically gear up for the next missions, and have your own like story-based fun. It's really good. There is definitely plenty to do, and you probably won't waste too much time in the segments, you know, that you'll regret having spent, unless you have a lot of difficulty figuring out where stuff is using just the objectives and your map, which might happen, because I haven't showed you the map yet, have I? Oh boy, because the maps in this game are, let's just change this, are just maps. Not like video game maps, they're just maps that you've scrawled out yourself, you as the character, of course, not you as the player. With like landmarks and broken proportions and all kinds of stuff like that. And you have to figure out where you are on that yourself. You don't get an indication, you don't get a little arrow, because the areas are relatively small, and that sort of thing really, at least I think, helps to immerse you in this little world here that doesn't even make very much sense as a world in itself. But you really get into the character, and it's a more in-depth thing, which I always really love in a game, where I always love when in games I need to learn to do something before I can do it. And that kind of thing is always really interesting to me. And learning to use the map is the most vital thing you can learn here. Like everything else is just sort of whatever. I mean, you can set it to easy, but you'll still need to use the map if you set it to easy. Like it is relentless. So you do need to figure out how to use the maps. You need to steal the maps from people most of the time. So really the sort of spaces between missions are not padding at all. They're necessary to complete these missions effectively, because otherwise you are just groping for where stuff is, and you are going to be lost a lot of the time unless you have, I guess, better, sense of direction than I do. I don't really have very good sense of direction, I'm realizing. Whew. I'm talking a lot. I was gonna talk about more about mechanics. Oh yeah. You know, this wasn't gonna be coherent. I don't make coherent videos. Who makes coherent videos? I'm just gonna play a bit. So I'm playing through this game again after I played it once before, as I said already. But I'm doing it on hard, which means I need to find 2 of 3 special loot items, and I need to steal at least 60% of the loot in each mission. Which is, you know, basically twice the work of the last one, considering that the more loot you find, the more difficult it is to find the rest of it. Last mission I was able to find 99% of the loot. But the first couple ones, I barely scratched up that 60%. I needed to spend a lot of time looking around. Ooh, it's crazy. Ooh. Well, let's just, you know, goals. Let's check this out. Let's break in, find and steal. Once you have completed, return to courtyard. And there's gonna be more stuff added to this during the mission anyway, because there's gonna be surprises. There's only you can only come so prepared. You can go into this and look at your mechanical eye, which you can use to zoom things, and look at your lockpicks, which you can use to open any key with a keyhole, and get explanations on everything that these do. And you can check your maps, which you have. I have a relic. So this is like, you look at this and it almost doesn't make any sense to you. Like, what the fuck is happening? Where? Why? I can't orientate by this. But you learn to, and it's really cool when you do. And then you get a little animation here. This game has really inconsistent animations. I think Eidos, yeah, it was Eidos who made this. Ion Storm and Eidos. And that's a big name, isn't it? Big name company. Tends to be the big name companies have really inconsistent products in places, like animation versus gameplay. So these animations are kind of really strange. Sometimes they're in 3D, and sometimes they're this stylized thing where everything is drawn and on a plane. But it's really fancy looking, and all the faces are fucking gross. Like, oh my god, if we see a cutscene with faces in it, you will see what I mean. Look at that. That's not even so bad. Just like Garrett's face, it's completely different in the cutscenes. In the cutscenes, he looks like I don't even know what he looks like. Looks like a kid. Smooth face, 20-something. And now they just like made something as fancy, and I don't fucking know. It's the builders, Hammerites. Story-wise, there's this conflict between the Hammerites and the Pagans, which basically represent, you know, technology versus nature, normal stuff, steampunk versus pagans. It's some stuff. Oh, ratified in the flames, transfigured and is no more. Fuck! Couldn't read all of it.